Hello YouTube, it's Josh, FJ55 Iron Pig. Thank you as always for clicking on the video. It's been a little bit since I posted a video. I've had a lot of things in my mind as what I want to make videos about. Topics I want to discuss, a couple things I want to show. I've probably made 20 or so videos, and I've deleted every single one of them so far. So I just haven't, when I'm talking about it, it comes out okay, but then when I actually go back and I watch it, probably 80% of the time I'll watch my video before I post it. Just haven't been happy with the way I was trying to get a point across, or the way I was explaining something, where it just didn't feel like it was something even I would want to watch. So I wind up deleting a lot of the videos I produce. That sounds wrong. That I record. I don't actually produce them. So I'm here at lunch. Today is December the 3rd, 2012, and it is currently 11:28 a.m. You are looking at leftover turkey soup. I actually made this on, was it Sunday night? Yeah, I believe it was Sunday night. No, I'm lying to you. It was Saturday night, last Saturday. So, of course, I had a turkey and did my usual special spices and everything for it. And my wife and I, well, actually my wife was decorating the house on the inside, and I was sitting there watching Anthony Bourdain. It's when he was in the Ozarks. And man, some of the food he was cooking, and also when he was in Louisiana, whew, man, that food looked so good. And I realized I hadn't really ate all day. So it was actually about 7, 8 o'clock at night when I'm watching this. So, you know what, I want something to eat. Go to the fridge, open the door. I don't really feel like cooking anything, and nothing's really appealing to me right now. Then I look and I still have one whole turkey breast left that I haven't ate. I'm like, well crap, I guess I'll just eat some of that before it goes bad. I pull it out, and I was thinking, you know what I haven't had in a while? I haven't made soup in quite a while. A long, long while. Almost a year. So I said, I'm going to make some turkey soup. I didn't even look to see what ingredients I had. So, what you see before you is a culmination of what I made. It's really good. Really, really good. I had one potato, probably about medium size, just your regular old russet potato. I have 2 types of onion, red and yellow. There's a big difference in flavor and texture. That's in here, diced finely. And actually, let me just go through the process. So get a pan, put some olive oil in it, heat it up. And I put in there minced garlic, which is finely chopped, basically, really, really small pieces. The same with 2 types of onion. I put in a single bay leaf, which is still in there, as you can see right there. It's a whole bay leaf. I put in just a tiny bit of shallot, maybe not even a quarter of a cup. Just a little bit for flavor, because I like that sweetness shallots give. Then as far as spices, I put in not fresh basil, but dried basil from my garden this year. Crush it up, that's what you see floating there. Some tricolor pepper, freshly ground, of course. What else did I put in there? Kosher salt. And then I also did a yellow curry. A decent amount of yellow curry, because I really love the way curry tastes with turkey, and it tastes really good in eggs as well, by the way. If you've never had that, go ahead and give it a try. I also have celery, and then potatoes. And the potato is, I would call that diced. Just a little smaller than dicing. A dice is pretty much going to be the size of a die, like you use to roll numbers. So I put that all together. I cook the onions. I cook everything, including all the vegetables. I cook them separate. And it's almost like a mirepoix, which is without the carrots in this case. I didn't want any carrot this time. And I put that on about medium-high heat, and I get it to where all the veggies are translucent. And I added all the spices at the same time. And once it became translucent, I took my turkey, which right there, they're about cube size. Not quite cube. Cube is 1 inch square, so they're a little less than a cube. And I threw those into the spice mix. And I did it to where it just lightly browned it. After that, I'm sorry, I apologize. While I was doing that, I was also cooking my potato. So I took my big old stock pot, and I put over a gallon of water in it for 1 potato. Threw my potato in there, salt, good amount of kosher salt to where the water was salted, because that's the only way you're going to salt spice or flavor the inside of your potato as while it's cooking. And what's really good, egg noodles. Can you see that there? See the egg noodles? Egg noodles are really good. They're good for you. And these ones are Amish egg noodles. I forget the brand right off the top of my head. I'm all out of the packages. I need to buy some more. I actually bought them from Orscheln's, which is a farm store. And I cooked those until the potatoes were al dente. Al dente, if you're not familiar with that, is cooked to where they're done right, but not to where they fall apart, just before that. I take them out of that, and I dump all the water except for about a quarter of it out, which is probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 cups, whatever looks about right, which turned out to be not enough. And I put it back on the stove on medium heat. Then I take the pan that has all the veggies and the chicken in it, and I dump that into the pot. I wound up adding some more water, probably about 4 cups, 5 cups more, somewhere around there. And I adjusted it for flavor. And then I added some more curry because I wanted a little stronger curry taste. Now, just the water by itself wouldn't work. What I also had from the same turkey is what I do for about 2 days is I reduce it. I make almost like a turkey bouillabaisse or a turkey stock. Normally when you make a stock it's in liquid form like this. Even when you chill it, it might get a little fat cap over the top when it congeals, but it'll be still liquidy in the refrigerator. What I do is I take all the bones, I break them in half at least, and I take the drippings and even all the grease and the oil and all that funky stuff, and I put it all in a big slow cooker. Then I fill it that far from the top, about a ½ inch to an inch of just water. And hold on, we're starting to boil here. Now after I've done that, I let it sit there and simmer until it reduces to maybe a fifth, maybe even less than a fifth, maybe a sixth of its original volume. That's with all the bones and the meat and leftovers and stuff in there. What you're going to do when you slow simmer it is you're going to draw out all those wonderful flavors. It's going to draw out the marrow, which has tons of flavor and good nutrients. It's going to draw out all of the collagen from the tendons and the cartilage. And what that does, the collagen works just like gelatin. There's actually gelatin in it. That's how gelatin is made. It's from animal products. Just like in Jello, Jello. What you do is when it reduces way, way down and you remove all the solids, and what I do is I take it all out, take all the bones out and all the meat out I can with a spoon or a pair of tongs, and then I strain it through a strainer. I like mine to have little bits and pieces of all the flavors, so I don't strain it further with like cheesecloth. You can do that and it makes a great stock and a great bouillabaisse. But the benefit of reducing it that far and cooking it for at least 2 days, sometimes 5 days, just depends how thick I want it, is that when you put it, after you cool it rapidly in a sink with ice and everything, and then you put it into the fridge, you don't stir it. You put it into a container, ideally one that's a little tall, a little taller than it is narrow, think a cylinder, is that when it does cool, that fat cap will be on top and you can peel the fat cap off and throw it away. Save some of the fat. That's what I did with this. I left about a quarter cup of fat that was in this giant batch of soup I had. But what you're left with is Jello. Not that sweetened kind, but it's a turkey gelatin or a bouillabaisse. You can do it with any kind of beef, lamb, turkey, deer, anything you can do this with. It's really hard to do with vegetables. You actually have to add a gelatin. They do make vegetarian gelatins, I believe. I've never used them, so I can't speak to that. But you're left with a very rich, not to the part where it makes you want to go to the bathroom really quick, but a rich and filling and a full flavor in your stews, soups. I use different stocks and bouillabaisses for taco meat, something simple like that. And I'll reuse some of it to brine and to marinate other chicken and turkey to give it an even better taste. So just wanted to kind of share that with you. You might be wondering what this floaty thing is. That's a big chunk of skin. No, I'm not eating that. That's a fatty piece of skin. I leave that in there for flavor. So let's go ahead and pour some of this in here. Get some of the juice. The smell coming off of this is awesome. You've got a nice rich turkey smell. And that's followed up with a nice curry smell as well. And I did say mirepoix earlier. If you don't know what mirepoix is, it's a French cooking term. Mirepoix essentially is kind of like a mother sauce, but especially when you're making soups. It is celery, onion, and carrot. If you're ever going to make a soup, as long as you're not allergic to any of those, add in celery, carrots, and onion of your choice. And you want to saute it first before you add it in there. It's going to add so much more depth and quality of flavor and color. It really kicks it up a notch. If you've never cooked soup before, do that first. And it doesn't matter what you're cooking with. You could be making a minestrone, you could be making chicken noodle soup, turkey, a beef, and broccoli. If you do a mirepoix first, you will really like the results. Well, that's kind of it, I think, here. Let me grab a spoon, because I'm about to go eat my lunch. If you guys have any questions about this stew or soup, whatever you want to call it, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. 'Tis the season for some good tasty soup. Take care.